Hi, this is Mark Castell with Organic Eye, and we're reporting live from the National Organic Standards Board meeting in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This happens twice a year. It very poignantly illustrates the two factions in organics, the original farm movement advocates for true environmental stewardship in organic, superior nutritional content, and economic justice for family farmers, and the commercial interests, which sometimes overlap, but sometimes are really a stark contrast. I want to introduce right now Jay Feldman. He is a former member of the National Organic Standards Board. Jay is the executive director of Beyond Pesticides, which is the parent of Organic Eye, a focused project on the organic work Beyond Pesticides has done for 38 years. So Jay, come on in here in full view, and I'm going to give you the microphone and the floor to talk about what your concerns are this year.
Okay, well, there are a range of concerns, and as you know, we have this on our website where we go through all the issues that are critical under the board's purview. You know, when we're talking about the National Organic Standards Board, we're talking both about process and about substance. Process is incredibly important because the whole issue of oversight over the organic sector is derived from this public process where a stakeholder board, the National Organic Standards Board, evaluates the allowed synthetics, the standards that govern organic production, handling, processing, and that whole process, if it's not purely driven by the stakeholder community, I think gets co-opted by the large vested economic interests and by USDA. And you know, essentially that happens to the extent that the public does not engage in this issue. We're losing ground in this incredibly important sector. We have historically viewed organic as a critical backstop to protection of public health and the environment. We regulate pesticides with allowances of risks, with mitigation measures that don't protect the public, but here in the organic arena, we're supposed to be promoting ecosystems, biodiversity, public health protection, and we're supposed to define the organic production system as compatible with that ecosystem in which it operates. We're losing ground because we see a $53 billion organic industry, but we're not seeing the level of public involvement we need and engagement we need in this process. So today was the first day of public comment on the range of issues that this board, this National Organic Standards Board, is working on. Now, the board makes recommendations to the Secretary of Agriculture, and the Secretary of Agriculture cannot change those recommendations insofar as ignoring them by law, cannot put a synthetic material on the national list that isn't first approved by or recommended by the National Organic Standards Board. So every 5 years, materials cycle off on a 5-year cycle. They cycle into what's called the sunset process. That process, for instance, we're considering celery powder. Mark will talk about that, but this is a material that's used in curing meats, essentially. We call it uncured meat products that are cured with nitrates that convert to nitrites and then nitrosamine compounds that are known carcinogens and classified by the International Agency for Research on Cancer as a carcinogen. And yet we allow this. It's coming up under the sunset process, 5-year cycling of review in which we are essentially, as a board and public, making a determination on whether it should remain on the list. We believe it should come off the list. Issues that come up around this discussion of GMOs in genetically engineered organisms, genetically modified organisms in organic production. And the Undersecretary of Agriculture has floated the idea of gene editing as an allowed technological review or technological process in organic production. Should that be allowed? Shouldn't it be allowed? From our perspective, it's an open, closed, shut. It's an excluded method. While the NOP director today identified this as an excluded method, she stopped short of basically taking it off the table. So we have to be vigilant in not allowing the GMOs to creep into the organic production process. These are just two highlighted issues, but at the end of the day, what's important here is that organic consumers engage with what may seem to be wonky issues. These are, sometimes they say we're in the weeds on these issues, but these are the issues that are critical to our decision making when we shop, and we want to exert some authority over how we grow food, whether it's compatible with ecological systems, whether it protects our children, whether it protects the next generation, whether it essentially deals with questions of biological life in the soil, health of the soil, sequestering carbon, basically bringing into the larger discussion of how we're addressing these large global issues that affect not only the health of human beings, but the sustainability of the planet. We talk about the climate crisis, we talk about insect apocalypse, we talk about colony collapse disorder and the need for protecting pollinators. We need to be able to do that as consumers in the marketplace. Our dollars, the decisions we make in spending dollars in the marketplace are critical to the future of the environment. So with that, we gather here for 3 days. We hear the public comments, we bring these issues to the National Organic Standards Board, and we engage in the public process to ensure that organic meets our expectations and is continuously improving to address the global issues of concern of the day.
Okay, so Jay, thank you very much.
Sure.
I'm stealing the microphone back just to do a little recap. So Jay knows all too well about this organic sausage making that happens behind the scenes. So organic is supposed to be the marketplace alternative where we can make an environmental impact, where we can be sensitive to the climate, and of course protect our families. So we will have more tomorrow on this controversy about celery powder. The Organic Trade Association, the industry lobby group, is kind of changing our argument. What they've done is they just got a $2 million research grant from the USDA to investigate creating certified organic celery powder. Instead of using conventional celery powder produced with copious amounts of synthetic nitrogen, they want to do certified organic celery powder, which sounds great, except we end up with, in essence, a certified organic carcinogen. We think that it's much wiser to freeze organic meat and market it that way than to add this compound that can be deleterious to human health. So I'm going to sign off for now. I hope to be back tomorrow with at least one update, and hope to pigeonhole Dr. Terry Schister, who is also on the Organic Eye, Beyond Pesticides staff and leadership team. And so for now, I'm going to say good night from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is Mark Castell signing off. Thank you.